Hello, greetings everybody. My name is Murph. Welcome to Prog Monster. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. I do appreciate your indulgence today. I am very sick. Been hacking and spitting and having a hard time remembering anything really. It's really a dark, kind of grim day outside too, which it has been for a few days. So that really isn't helping with the mood anymore. Anyways, we're here to do an episode of What's New. It's Thursday night. We're doing an episode of What's New, and we're doing Bruce Dickerson's The Mandrake Project. So this is an album that I've wanted to do since it came out, but there was other albums I also wanted to do. So somebody had to take the back seat. I chose to make this one wait a little bit. So this was released March the 1st, 2024. It's about 58, pretty close 59 minutes, close to 60 minutes, I guess is what you might want to call it. That's a pretty lengthy album. It's on the BMG Rights Management label. I guess they're the people that are producing this. Produced by Roy Z. Featuring Bruce Dickerson on lead vocals, acoustic guitar on tracks 4 and 9, bongo drums on track 4, and percussion on track 6. Roy Z, bass and guitar. Dave Marino on drums. Giuseppe Laperi on keyboards. Chris DeClaroc. Sorry, I'm having a hard time focusing here. He plays his solo guitar on track number 3. Gus G plays his solo guitar on track number 6. And then it ends, the last guy on it is Sergio Kudros. He's a woodwinds. He plays the woodwinds. You'll hear them throughout the album. It almost makes me feel like they're flute, but they claim to be woodwinds, so they might be things like something like a wood recorder or something like that, to that effect. So I listened to the entire album while I was trying to eat breakfast. It was hard to focus, but I did my best. I found the overall feeling of this album is not really what I was expecting. I thought it would kind of be very Iron Maiden-ish because the vocals, he absolutely sounds like the Iron Maiden guy, because he is, right? But it's actually a lot more melodic. This is more in the realm of Black Sabbath than it is in the realm of Iron Maiden. I found this very melodic in a lot of cases. Good topics. He chose some nice, intricate storytelling, which I always appreciate from somebody who knows what they're doing. A couple videos came with the album as well. I don't have the album, but come with the album. One of them is a walking through the graveyard, and there's another one, the Ragnarok. I think there's actually a third one too, but maybe I'll remember it when I'm going through. So overall, I found the album very riffy. It was very melodic, riffing guitar parts. Did have some, other acoustic stuff and the woodwinds, of course. But overall, I found a melodic, heavier album than I thought it was going to be. Not sped up like you would get maybe a little bit more with Iron Maiden. And his voice was perfect. It sounded great. He hasn't really lost anything at all. You can clearly hear his voice that it's him. Just some really great vocal parts. That's the strongest issue of this album, which, it should be considering who's doing the singing here. So there are 10 tracks. I'll just go over them briefly. Afterglow of Ragnarok. For those of you who don't know, Ragnarok is the end of the world in the Norse mythology. That seems to be a popular theme lately. Quite a few people doing writing on this. It's the video is kind of very dramatic, very heavy, melodic, and of course the vocals are very dominating on this particular track as well. Many Doors to Hell, another kind of heavy, melodic, catchy guitar riff. The vocals again clear, dominating. This solo is melodic. It's okay. It's not a fantastic solo, but it's not bad. Rain on the Graves. This is the second video that he does. The guy's kind of creepy, the one that he has to deal with. Heavy, melodic. I found the story captivating. That's what kept me interested. I was having a hard time concentrating, but that kept me going. His vocals again dominating, and the heavy guitar part was nice too. Resurrection Men. Sorry. This is another heavy, a little bit more on the bass in this than some of the other songs. Some acoustic guitar here as well. Heavy vocals and some heavy guitar sounds towards the end. Fingers in the Wounds. This is another slow melodic guitar with a little bit of a keyboard part in it. The vocals are more subdued here, and it's a much more melodic song, I think, overall. The next song is Eternity Has Failed. This one has a little more synthesizers in it. It opens with that synthesizer and the woodwind instrument, which at first I thought was a flute, but I didn't remember seeing anything about flute, so I went back and looked, and I think it's probably a recorder. It might be just a wind recorder, a woodwind recorder. Vocals are typical, agonizing sound. He really puts a lot of emotion into his voice, I find. It's heavy, it's fast-paced. This one's a little faster than some of the other ones, and the solo is one of the better ones on this album. Mistress of Mercy, another heavy drum part with the bass. Open it up. Very beefy guitar here. Vocals are a little faster paced here, a little stronger on the emotions, which I've always thought of. When I think of Bruce Dickerson, I always think of a very powerful kind of emotional, catchy type of singer. Face in the Mirror. This is a little bit more subdued track, I think. Emotionally, it gives a kind of a feeling of loneliness, and since I wasn't feeling too well, I didn't really care for that, but it's a catchy song that way. The last two tracks, Shadows of the Gods, nice piano opening. He did use a piano. This is the only track I remember hearing the piano on. It's a little bit subdued. The vocals are kind of the similar light to the piano, like they're similar, and they fit in with the piano. They're not too heavy, they're not too light, they're not too dominating either. But it gets heavier as the song goes along. It gets very heavier, and it gets very and then the vocals kind of shoot up, which is what he's good at. The last track, Sonata, Immortal, Beloved, slow melodic start. Drums are melodic, and when it gets really kind of a little bit heavier as it goes along, but not overly, like it doesn't shoot right up. And of course there's some synthesizers that he plays towards the end that kind of add an eerie feel to it. So overall, I found it to be a good album. Like I said, it really wasn't what I was expecting. I was thinking it might be a little bit more fast-paced, like you would get with an Iron Maiden album. But his voice is very strong. Guitar parts are fairly strong. It's very melodic. The stories that he's telling are a little bit interesting and catchy. So overall, I did like it. I don't know if I would buy this one, not at the price it's probably going for right now. I'd probably wait for it a bit. Wait until it drops down to a reasonable price. It's not like the Judas Priest one, which I absolutely loved, and I'm actually considering paying the $30 to get the extended version because it's so good. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of What's New. Please hit the like and subscribe button. That's much appreciated. You can make any comments about this album if you had a chance to listen to it. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we'll be back next week with another episode of What's New on Thursday. So take care, and hopefully my head will be into it a little more. So take care and have a good one. Bye.